Good morning, friends. It's me, Cassandra from Mobile Om Yoga, and I'm so grateful to have you joining me for this virtual yoga practice brought to you by the San Antonio River Foundation. So as you can see, I am not in our typical Sunday morning location at Confluence Park, but instead I've traveled a little bit further south down the river to feature another one of the art portals commissioned by our sponsors at the San Antonio River Foundation. So this piece that you see behind me is by an international artist and Texas native by the name of Mel Sheen. Mel was inspired to design this piece after visiting the local nearby Mission San Jose and seeing some of the prickly pear cactus growing on top of the mission. The resilience of these plants, of these cactus, and how they've survived throughout history here in South Texas and been such an integral part of the natural world for animals as well as for humans. So I welcome you all here on this beautiful Sunday morning to find some mindful movement with this beautiful inspiration behind me. We're going to begin today's practice in child's pose. So go ahead and come down onto your mat, bringing your knees wide, big toes together. And we're going to extend our arms all the way out and come close to the earth. Forehead is grounding into your mat. Take a moment and nestle into your body. Kind of wiggle the hips a bit. Maybe roll the shoulders away from the ears. Grounding down into the palms, lifting up the elbows, engage into the arms here. Gently draw your navel up into your spine and begin to take in some nice, big, deep breaths. Up into the diaphragm, into the chest, in and out through the nose. Creating a wave as each inhale expands and opens, and each exhale contracts and softens. Just a couple more breaths in and out here. And on your next inhale, go ahead and press through your hands. Let's begin to stack it up into tabletop. So now bring your knees right underneath your hips, your wrists right under your shoulders, and we'll move with our breath into cow and cat. So cow pose, you'll drop the belly, lift the gaze. Cat pose, just like a Halloween cat, tucking around the spine, really coming to life this morning. Inhale, belly drops down, lifting up your gaze. Exhale, tuck and round. Let's do one more round like that. Inhaling the belly down to the mat and exhaling it, press and round. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and find a neutral spine. We're going to bring the hips back onto the heels and just to come sitting on the knees here. Let's take an inhale, stretch the arms out all the way up to the sky. And then as you exhale, collect your arms together, hands at your heart center. So to warm up the arms here, we're going to do what's called Circle of Joy. Our inhale will just be right here, pressing the palms together at your heart center. And then for your exhale, you're going to interlace your hands, press your palms forward and round the back, like you did for that cat pose. The inhale, we're going to come straight up, bring the palms to the sky, biceps next to the ears. And then for your exhale, cactus the arms. Just like this beautiful cactus behind me. Inhale, let's bring the palms together. As you interlace, try to interlace them the opposite way. Exhale, press the palms forward, tuck the chin. Inhale, lift your palms up, slide the shoulders down as you get nice and long. Exhale, cactus out the arms. Let's do one more round here. Inhale, palms come together. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. Inhale, take your arms up high to the sky. Exhale, finding them into cactus arms. Pause here. Take another inhale, really feeling your heart lift and shine. As you exhale, bring the fingertips back behind you, pressing into the fingertips. Tip the heart a little bit higher. You can stay here, or maybe the hips come up off of the heels and you find a stretch in the full front body. And then go ahead and lower your hips all the way back down to the heels. Inhale this time. You're going to sweep your arms up to the sky. Come to standing on your shins. As you exhale, you're going to sweep your hands back by your feet. Bring your forehead to touch. Kind of lift your arms up to the sky. So we're going to find movement between those. So the inhale, you come to standing on the shin. Lift your arms up and back. Exhale, sweep the hands back behind you. Bring the forehead to the mat. Inhale again, just finding that rhythm. Exhale, hands behind you, forehead down. Inhale, last one. Exhale, hands behind you, forehead down. Inhale, stretch all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, bring the hands down to the ground. Walk them forward back into your tabletop. This time you're going to take the hands just one more palm print forward. Tuck your toes and let's lift up and back into downward dog. Waking up your legs by bending one knee at a time. Letting the opposite heel root to the mat. Feeling your legs start to wake up, the hamstrings start to get a nice stretch. And then after you've taken an equal number of walks, just press both heels down. Bend the knees and press the heart back towards your thighs. Find a deep, full breath in here. Exhale, let it out. On your inhale, look forward. Begin to take your feet all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale, feet are hip width distance, halfway lift, and then bow down, find ragdoll. Fingertips to the ground. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. Let the biceps dangle by the ears. You can shake your head yes and no. Maybe sway your body side to side. See how your spine feels this morning. Beginning to decompress any tension that we've created between the vertebrae of the spine. And go ahead, bring your fingertips down to meet the earth. On an inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, heart leads forward. Exhale, bow all the way down. We're going to come all the way to standing on the next inhale. Reach out and all the way up. Exhale into those cactus arms. Let's keep the heart nice and open here. Inhale, reach the palms back to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. We're going through our first sun salutation. So inhale, halfway lift again, hands to shins. Heart long. Exhale, palms find the mat. Let's step to high plank and pause. Begin to fire up a bit here. Feel that navel drawing into the spine. But then pull the shoulders away from the ears. If you need to drop the knees, you can modify here. Let's take one more breath. And then exhale, go ahead and lower the belly down to the mat. Inhale into cobra, lift the chest, hug the elbows in. Exhale, lower down, finding your downward facing dog, however you need to transition there. Once you're there, take 3 deep breaths. In through the nose. Exhale it out. 2 more like that. In and full and open. And exhaling to soften, release. Last breath, filling yourself up. Emptying out. Take your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, let's reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to come into cactus arms. Inhale, fingertips high. Exhale, swan dive. This time, one breath, one movement. So inhale, you'll halfway lift to prep. Exhale, plant the hands, step back and lower, all in one exhale. Cobra or up dog, you can straighten the arms, lifting the thighs. And then meet in down dog. Lift your hips high. 3 breaths here, in and out. And checking in with yourself here. Noticing how you're breathing, noticing what's going on between your ears and your mind this morning. After you finish your last exhale here, get empty and light, look forward, and walk, step, or float feet to meet the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. All right, this time we're gonna sit the hips into chair pose. Start with the hands at the heart as you lift the belly away from your thighs. So it's like you're sitting in an invisible chair. Hands are at your heart. You're like, please don't keep me here too long. You can keep them here. Or we're gonna open them into those cactus arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Let your heart, your collarbone spread, your heart open here. Maybe you sit a little bit deeper and tip your shoulders a little bit higher. Take another inhale. As you exhale, forward fold, interlace your hands behind your back. On an inhale, halfway lift. Try to press your knuckles back, pull the shoulders back. As you exhale, forward fold, hands can stay resting on the back or you can lift them up and overhead, finding a little bit deeper stretch in the shoulders. One more breath in here. And then as you exhale, hands release all the way back down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, you're gonna plant the hands and take your left foot, step it back into a low lunge. So keep the left knee off the mat, but the fingertips rooted. And slide your heart forward as you bend deep into your right knee. And then activate that left leg. Press into the ball of the foot. Plant into your left hand, right arm comes to your right thigh or all the way up to the sky, twisting open your heart. Big breath in and out here. Let's do one more breath like that. In, stay for the exhale. Then bring your right hand back down to the mat, to the outside of your right foot. Spin your left heel flat. We're gonna open into Warrior 2, opening up to the side here. I'll turn to face you so you guys can see me. You're bending that right knee right over your ankle. Now let's turn your palms to face up towards the sky. Tip your shoulders down the back. Really try to lift your pinky side of your hand a little higher. Now inhale, straighten your right knee. Exhale, see if you can bend deep. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, you're gonna bend. One more time, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend and stay. You're really sending that right knee forward, but keep anchored in your back foot. Now look over your right palm. You're gonna inhale and reach your right body, reach your right hand, reach forward. Bend your elbow, right forearm to thigh, left arm reaches to the sky. So keep it straight at first and then bend it. So both of your arms are bent, kind of like cactus arms here. Your fingertips are spread wide, opening that left shoulder back. And then you can straighten that left arm, just pushing your fingertips straight forward at a diagonal. Maybe that right hand straightens towards the inside of your foot, creating a brace on your knee to open that knee up. Your next inhale, use your left hand to reach all the way up. Straighten out your right knee. You're gonna pivot on your heel, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale the heart up. Exhale, fold by leading with your heart all the way down. When you come to the farthest level down, release the hands. And then press into the earth. Inhale, lift your heart back up halfway. Soften your knees. And then hinge into a fold. Maybe you walk your hands between your legs. You can shake your head, yes. And maybe shake your head, no. And just allowing any tension to release from the neck. On your next inhale, begin to walk your hands forward underneath your shoulders. Pause here, bring the hands onto the hips. Exhale, and then inhale, leading with your heart. You're gonna come all the way back up to standing. Turn your right toes towards the front of your mat. Bend back into your warrior two. Flip your palms again. Reach forward again, but this time you're going to scoop back and reverse your warrior. Keep your right knee sending it forward. It's going to want to straighten here. So keep breathing and noticing. One more breath. And then on your exhale, cartwheel the hands around the right foot. Right foot meets the left in a high plank. Your choice to take a vinyasa or move straight to downward facing dog. You can say Nadaranga if you don't want to take that chaturanga. Take a deep breath in here. And then exhale out. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Bend and open up your right hip. Let your left heel sink down a little closer to the mat. Straight back behind your toes. Take one more inhale here. Maybe you're peeking under that left armpit, trying to find your toes. And then you're going to bring that right foot forward between your hands back into that low lunge with the fingertips on the mat. Nice. Look forward, take an inhale. Exhale here. We're going to, on your next inhale, you're going to just step into your right foot, take your fingertips forward, find standing splits. Reaching up and taller through that left leg. And then go ahead and bring your left leg down to meet your right. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, find cactus arms. All right, begin to sit a little bit into a chair here and see if you can start to lift your right knee. You're going to take your right ankle across your left knee, just like this, a little figure four. We're calling this our little Nopalitas asana pose, our cactus balance. It's pretty windy out here, so I'm a little challenged, I know that. Let's find your drishti, your gaze here. Bend a little deeper into your left knee. See how deep you can go there. Open up the chest. Then on your next inhale, shoot your fingers to the sky. Draw that right knee high. And then exhale, both feet down. Bring your hands all the way down. Take a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale to chair pose. Sit the hips low, hands to the heart to start. Then open up into cactus arms. Pause here. Tuck your tailbone. Lift the back of your heart. Maybe lift the gaze a little higher. One more breath. As you exhale, fold forward, interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull the fingertips back. Exhale, bow. Hands can stay on the back or lift up overhead. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. Then release your hands all the way to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, begin to fold. Shift weight into your left foot. Right leg steps. And you land in your crescent lunge, fingertips on the mat. Slide the heart forward as you sink a little deeper into your front knee. And then activate your back knee. So you're nice and active here. Right hand stays on the mat, left hand to the thigh or open up to the sky. Reaching that left shoulder back. Keep igniting that back leg to keep that right hip lifted. One more inhale here. Exhale, left hand comes to touch the mat. Spin your right heel flat. We're rising into warrior two on the left side this time. So the left knee is bending over your ankle. Arms are reaching parallel to the mat. Then flip your palms up towards the sky. Slide those shoulders down the back. Inhale, straighten out your left knee. Exhale, bend your left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, last time, straighten. Exhale, bend, pause. Inhale, reach forward through the left fingertips as far as you can. Then bend the elbow to your thigh. Right arm reaches to the sky and then bends at a 90-degree angle. Find your cactus arms here. Opening that right shoulder back. You can keep your arms here or take your right arm straight, reaching over the right ear. Maybe that left hand straightens towards the inside of your left knee to create a little bit of a brace here. Wherever you are, notice, are you being prickly like a cactus, or can you be soft? The inside of a cactus is water. We want to be like that water. All right, on your next inhale, reaching with the right hand, lift all the way up. This time straightening your left knee. You're going to turn your toes towards the side of your mat once again. Keeping your arms wide, inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, you're going to fold with your arms wide. See if you can capture anywhere on the ankles, shins, legs, or feet. Soften your knees, take an inhale. And as you exhale, you can use that leverage to help you fold a little deeper. Try to keep your shoulders rolling away from your ears, letting that head have the freedom to move. The neck have a little space to breathe here. You have a hold of your feet. Go ahead and release. Bring the hands underneath you. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the hands onto your hips. Exhale. Inhale, lifting all the way up through the heart. Turn your left toes back to the front of your mat. Bend into your left knee, finding that warrior two. Flip your palms to the sky. Inhale, reach forward, big scoop, reach it back. Reverse your warrior. So that left knee is going to want to straighten. Keep sending it forward as you reach back. One more breath. And as you exhale, go ahead, cartwheel the hands to the mat. Again, your option to take a vinyasa as you step the left foot back or step straight to down dog. Make it your choice. And we'll meet hips to the sky. Take a breath in. And exhale it out. Left leg lifts up. Bend the knee and open up your hip. Right heel sinking down a little closer to the mat, keeping you anchored here. Maybe the gaze comes under your right armpit. Try to see your toes. Take a big breath. And then look between your hands. Bring your left foot between your hands. Back into that low lunge, leading with the heart. Take an inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, we're stepping into the left foot, fingertips coming forwards, finding a standing splits, folding over your left leg. Right heel lifts a little higher. One more breath. And then you're going to bring that right foot all the way down to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, we're going to come all the way up to standing. Exhale to chair pose. Find your cactus arms. Begin to root into your left foot. You're going to bring that, or your right foot, you're going to bring that left ankle into your figure four. Sometimes I get confused. I literally still have to do which is my left, which is my right. It's okay. Even us yoga teachers get confused, and we live with it. Shoulders down, sit a little deeper into the hips, opening up the chest. Nice prickly cactus, but we're watery inside. Keep the flow going. One more breath. And then as you exhale, bring your left foot down, stretch your arms up to the sky, and then take it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, once again an option to take a flow or meet in down dog. It's going to be our last one of the day. Take a deep breath in and an exhale out. Gaze to the hands. We're going to bring the feet forward and then lower the hips to the mat. Come to sitting down on your mat. Straighten your legs out in front of you. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees butterfly out, and maybe you walk them in super close. Maybe you just take them a little further away. Find a place that works for you today. Maybe you kind of do what I'm doing and flap your wings, move back and forth, feel your sit bones rooting. And then you know that you have that root. Get nice and tall. Open up the heart. And then as you exhale, we're going to fold, really leading with the heart here. Coming onto the forearms. Feeling the stretch coming to the inner thighs. You can let your head relax down. Finding that water energy within, that steady flow of breath. Notice what pricks at that ease, just like a cactus. Sometimes we put our quills out, to keep invaders away, to keep ourselves safe. But sometimes we don't always need to be so quilly. We don't need to be so rough. It's our opportunity to kind of soften, to notice that a cactus isn't tough throughout. It's actually very soft on the inside. Inhale, come all the way up. And I just thought a lot of them are really soft on the outside right now after our snowstorm here. Huh? Awesome. All right, go ahead and bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Hands are gonna come behind the knees. Since we're talking so much about water, I'm like, let's ride a boat. So we're gonna take a boat ride right here. Hands behind the knees, lift the heart. Begin to walk your feet back, and you're gonna find that magic moment when your feet begin to float. Oh, look, the sun is coming out for this boat ride. Lift your heart up towards the sunshine, or the proverbial sunshine if you're indoors. Wake up your toes. See if you can spread your toes, kind of like rays of a sun. Maybe you take the hands forward and you spread your fingertips. Roll the shoulders down and then spread the corners of your mouth really big here. It'll help. Inhale. And then as you exhale, feet come to the mat. Really hug yourself in and press yourself into a little dome. And then we're going to do that one more time. This one we're going to transition down. So I'm making sure I don't have anything behind me. All right, so find your magical boat ride. Maybe you take the hands off. And take an inhale here. As you exhale, slowly lower, as slow as you can. Slowly, slowly, slowly. You're going to come to a hover. So you pause. We call this canoe. Draw the belly in. Feel the low back pressing down. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, lower the heels. Reach your arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. Drawing the navel in towards the spine. And then you're going to take the hands down by the hips, bend the knees, and take the feet towards the floor. I'm going to take a bridge pose here. So the feet on an inhale, press the hips up towards the sky. The front of the hips really high. You can keep your hands where they are, or I like to bend my fingertips to the sky, kind of like we're making little cactuses here. And then press into your elbows and lift the upper back off the mat and see if you can land on the top of your shoulders. Maybe you walk them a little closer. Now you can keep the fingertips high, or maybe reach them back down towards the mat. Really awaken your legs a lot here. Press through the heels. Try to soften your glutes. One more breath. And then on your exhale, slowly lower your hips down to the mat. All right. Windshield wipe your knees from side to side. And you're going to pause in center. And we're going to find that figure 4 here. The right elbow crossing over the left knee. And we're going to thread the needle. So your right hand's going to go behind your left knee. And you're going to grab onto the back of your left thigh or the front of your left shin. Try to keep your head and shoulders down. Right foot stays active. So we're taking a version of our pigeon pose on our back. So if you want to go deeper and you want to try something on here, I don't really have a name for this, but let's call it Forklift Pose. You're going to take your arms and you're going to pretend like they're a forklift, and instead of using your left leg to hold your leg down, you can like forklift your arm, and then you can let your left leg lower towards the mat, and then it's really like a pigeon pose. If it feels good, you can pull your nose up towards your knee. It works the core a little bit. Breathing here, try to soften in the shoulders. And then if you took that knee away, bring your left knee back to your ankle. If you took the head up, lower it down. Release your arms from your leg. Set your left foot down onto the ground. And then release your right foot down next to your left. Bring your left ankle across, and we'll take this to the other side. So first step is to draw it in. The traditional thread the needle, you're grabbing onto the back of that right thigh, drawing your left ankle in. Maybe you take that forklift variation where you try to hook your shin into your forearms, and then you straighten that right leg down, maybe even lifting your head up towards that left leg and breathing here. If you took that right leg away, go ahead and bend the knee back to catch your ankle. Lower your head down. Release your arms out. Take the right foot to the ground. Bring the left foot to meet it. All right, you're going to take your knees into the chest. Maybe make a few circles in one direction. Draw circles and then draw them in the other direction, massaging out your low back. And then hug the knees in close to the chest. Pause here. Open the arms into a T. Take the knees over to your left side. Let your gaze go over your right side. Pause and breathe. Try to soften in and let gravity take you into the twist here. And next inhale, move the knees through center, and as you exhale, take them over to the right side. Pausing here, letting gravity take you into this twist. And next inhale, knees come into center. This time, bring the hands to the shins, hug them in closer, bring your nose towards your knees, hug yourself, give yourself a big squeeze. And then go ahead, release your head, release your legs, and unfold completely. Take up some space here. Find a complete space for surrender. Close your eyes. Connect with that water energy of your breath. Imagine the rise and fall just like a wave in the ocean. The yoga practice is an opportunity to check in, to notice those areas where we meet toughness or tension, and learn to soften ourselves around it. Create a breeding ground for compassion, for generosity, for gratitude, starting with how you meet yourself, how you arrive within your own being. As you really connect to softening what's inside, eventually we soften what's on the outside. Soften how we interact, perhaps with our tension, helps us to relieve some. Just take a few more moments here, seeing where you can find a little more flow. Taking your time, begin to broaden and deepen your breath. Waking yourself up by moving your fingers and your toes. Maybe reaching your arm head. Find a full body stretch. And then bringing the knees to the chest. You can roll over to the side, or I've been rocking up and down a few times and getting a nice massage in the spine myself, so feel free to join me. Plus, it's a little fun. And come all the way up. We'll meet in a seat to close our practice. Coming all the way upright. Close your eyes once you've arrived and just tune in to your container. At any given time, we have the ability to find our ground. So feel your ground here. Feel the stableness of the earth beneath you. And the ability to lift up and out, to find expansiveness, to find spaciousness, and to create that context of flow within the body, within our mind. Bring the palms together in front of your heart. We'll seal our practice in here with a salutation seal, this Anjali Mudra. Tuck your chin to your chest, honoring the intention that brought you here today, and honoring that showing up is the hardest part. So no matter what unfolded today, just the fact that you're here, honor that. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.